morning, beautiful souls. We're on our way to work today. I wanted to just drop in and just express my gratitude and love to everyone that is joining the constellational 13 sign True Sky Sidereal Astrology movement. You know what I realized the other day is that actually all of the really good astrologers use the stars, which point to that particular part of the sky. They still just kind of use the signs. Most of their astrology is intuitive and based on the aspects that the planets make, not necessarily where it is in the sky. And so they point to the fixed stars that are in those particular constellations, and then they do their reading. So even the tropical astrologers actually use the stars sometimes, or the good ones do. So, but anyway, I'm just super grateful for all the wonderful feedback. I'm grateful for the growth. I honestly never really thought that I would be, somebody that would be part of something bigger like this. I mean, really, when I was sort of figuring out my life, the direction I was going was healthcare, to help people, to be a healer. But over the years, it's proved to be somewhat unsatisfying, doing it through these structures, through these systems, because many times the things that are going wrong with us are rooted deep in other things that are not physical, and you can't always fix it with the physical. If there's some belief there that you can be healed with what we have to offer, but most times people feel like they have to go to the doctor, and they complain about things that aren't really a problem because it's a sign of their deeper issues. And as they get older, if they never heal these things, then they end up with these sort of chronic, inflammatory, long-term problems. And a lot of people are frustrated with medicine because what happens is they go through the ring around the rosy with their doctor and all of the various specialists that they have to talk to, and they never get any relief. They just end up being on what we call polypharmacy, where they end up with 6 different drugs for type 2 diabetes, cholesterol, their thyroid goes out of whack because they have adrenal fatigue because they're always stressed out. I mean, it's crazy. It's so crazy. People just need to step back, get some knowledge on how to nourish their body and nourish their mind. Because I think when your mind is in a good space, your body responds with a healthy, phenotype. That's a big word, phenotype. It just means how you express your genes. And a lot of the inflammation and the problems people are having is based on epigenetics. What's epigenetics? Epigenetics is the idea that there are chemicals and molecules and DNA activators and deactivators that are surrounding your DNA and your cell nucleus. And certain environments can cause you to express your genes. It turns genes on, turns genes off. I'll give you a perfect example. There is actually a gene to create a placenta. I think it's on gene 8, but you'll have to check me on that one. At any rate, there is a gene that expresses placenta. Now, you're not always going to grow a placenta, right? You're not going to grow a placenta until you get pregnant. You have all the hormones of pregnancy flowing through your body. So once you're pregnant, then the hormones and the molecules associated with pregnancy literally unwind your DNA, and the little protein machines that jump on the DNA and start creating duplicates and transcribing that gene code information. And then when you're not pregnant anymore, when you don't need a placenta, that DNA coils back up and you don't express placenta. So that's a perfect, concrete example. But there are genes out there that are called oncogenes, and there are also genes out there that fight cancer and other stuff like that. And certain epigenetic factors cause you to express cancer-promoting genes, and certain proteins cause you to express cancer-fighting genes, things like that. So a good nutrition, eating whole, clean foods that are not over-processed, that are not full of processed sugars, that's the big one, because our body is not equipped to handle those processed sugars on such an excessive amount that we tend to consume. So you eat less sugar. Don't work too hard. Don't stress your body out. Listen to your body. How are you feeling? Are you tired? Are you full of energy? Rest when you need to. Don't overpromise what you are able to do and what you're able to give to others. So all those things combined create this sort of epigenetic energy around you, and it really all has to do with vibration and frequency. They've actually done some experiments on genetics, and there are sounds that can affect the genes, cause certain parts of your DNA to open up and be expressed. So it's just amazing. The human body is so amazingly fascinating, and it's your temple here. So the better you treat it, the healthier you're going to be. And so my dissatisfaction with medicine is that there's almost an expectation from certain patient populations that you have the answer in the form of a pill, when you don't. A lot of times, if you keep a repetitive behavior going that isn't healthy, your body is always trying to create what's called homeostasis, meaning it is going to adapt to whatever it is that you're doing to it. And it will adapt by, expressing oncogenes or expressing inflammatory mediators, because it's in a constant state of inflammation. And those inflammatory mediators, those oncogenes, they cause problems in your phenotype, in your physical expression. All right, so the body's always trying to reach a homeostasis. So if you're constantly walking around angry and tired and not nourishing your body and having just poor eating habits and poor sleeping habits and all of those things combined, your body's going to express certain conditions. And then you run to the doctor and you say, Doc, fix this. And so in the 8 minutes that we have to sit down and talk to you in the clinic, that's not enough time to give you the information that you need, not at all. So I am doing kind of an energetic, spiritual, emotional teachings to get people to really tap into how they can be in control of their own body. Injury is a totally different thing. When you're injured, there's ways that you can heal faster. There's also ways that you can disrupt the healing process. But injury is a whole different thing, and the human body's amazing. Did you know that physical therapists are actually the happiest practitioners when it comes to the medical profession? And the reason why is because they have the best job satisfaction, because humans tend to repair themselves after an injury. And so you can watch that transformation take place, and it's really, really incredible. But there's so many new ways, new ideas. Actually, they're not new. They're old. They're ancient. And anyone that's discovered something interesting, who tries to get out there and talk about it, like, here, try this, do this, they tend to not be listened to, or they're suppressed by the social media algorithm. So it's super interesting. So you really have to be on board. You have to get on Team U and research and look and try to find the answers that work for you. Blood types are a big thing too, like whatever blood type you are. There's a certain diet that helps you be in a less of an inflammatory state. So for me personally, it is big meals. If I overload my gut and my system with a huge meal, like if I continually am full after I eat, then I suffer. I get bloated, I gain weight, I don't feel good, and that's not a nice way to be. I don't like to feel that way. Also, if I eat cheese or dairy products, I will have some GI discomfort. So I tend to stay away from cheese, processed sugars, and meals that make me full. And the portion sizes these days are just out of control. whenever I look at a plate of food that comes from a restaurant kitchen, I'm like, good grief, I could eat this for a week. So watch that. You have to have that relationship with food. Like, is this enough food for me, or is this too much food for me? I only need a little bit just to get hungry to go away, and then I'm fine for a couple of hours. So that's the way I eat. Some people eat differently. Some people just eat one meal a day and then they fast the rest of the time, and that's fine too. You just have to work with your body. It's an experiment, a laboratory. What am I going to do today that's healthy for my body? Can you change overnight? Absolutely. If you change your mind, if you say, I'm going to do something different for my body, for my health, for my soul, for my emotions, just make the choice. Today. It starts today, okay? All right, so I'm on my way to work, and it's a 24-hour shift, so I'm ready. I got everything. There's a little room that we stay in. It's kind of like a hostel almost. We have a Jack and Jill bathroom with the anesthetist, and we have a little refrigerator and a microwave and a bed and a computer and a chair. So I hang out there for the shift, and then whenever I'm needed, they call me, and I go and I do it. And then when I'm done. I get to go home. No more, calls all hours of the day. No more calls when I'm on vacation. Literally, that's how it goes. It's amazing. So I just wanted to share that little bit of wisdom with y'all. I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day. I'll be working on some readings the next couple days, so hopefully I'll be all caught up. And I just appreciate all of you. And I love you. And we'll talk soon. Take care.